Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and for the judges. I'm Stba-Pia from Stba-Pia as the closing government. So I would like to give my rebuttal to the opposition tip. The opposition speaker said that we can't calculate all money, that the corruptors have stolen because of the money laundering. We as the government will give alternative to this problem. Instead of calculate all money that the corruptor has stolen, it's better for us to calculate the loss of government money. We can see the money record of government and predict how much money they had stolen. We know that there will be a chance of inaccuracy here, but will this alternative, the money which has been stolen, will not be more than the money that we take from him by impoverish the corruptors. So I will go to our main argument here. The first of all, me as the government team agree with the motion. This house will impoverish corruptors. What are we gonna champion in our team as closing government? We will give different analysis about most of the actors, not like our opening government, who only repeatedly speak about the same thing. In this opportunity, we are going to give our deeper analysis about the actors. The first, impoverish corruptors is a strong punishment for the corruptors. We have to know first that not all corruptors do corruption just because they are very greedy of money or just have desire to be rich people. We can't ignore the fact that 90% of the politicians have families. They do corruption because they have desire to prosper their family and to make savings for his own life in the future. Because we all know that the politicians have a term of office and will retire. So they want to guarantee that their family and himself can live without poverty on the next future. The other state of the politician that watch the implementation of this punishment, the corruptors will have a big worry and fear of the condition of the family in the future. This makes the other politician become afraid to the corruption because of the bad impact on the corruptors that have received the impoverished punishment, and it will imprint in their memory. They will not take the risks. We believe that no one will sacrifice their family, and the same thing also applies to the corruptors. Furthermore, the purpose of impoverishing corruptors is to make them live as regular people. But we have to know that the fact that society will not accept their appearance, they will be rejected and society will mock them. This makes the worries and fear of other politicians increase because they realize the heavy consequence that should be received by them, and this consequence will follow them until they change their mind and attitude. All people need to be accepted in social life, and other politicians, also human, that also want to be accepted. They will not sacrifice their pride. Because of these impacts, we believe that impoverished corruptors will be effective. Then there is a stigma that has been existing in our society. Citizens believe that our government is lack of punishment. The government has no power in punishing the corruptors, so they don't trust the government anymore. By seeing the application of impoverishing corruptors, the citizens will realize that the government actually has power to punish the corruptors, and the government on the people's side. It will increase the citizens' trust and have faith that the government is very firm. This will restore the good image of our government. Second, we as government will treat all corruptors equally, no matter whatever amount of money that they steal, whether it's small or big. We will impoverish them. So I will explain the systematic of impoverishing corruptors. First, we will impoverish them until they are a little bit below the average of society. So we will not let them suffer the hunger and become extremely poor. We will facilitate them with social assistance, and for the poor people, we will give them like educational assistance, which is the same with other poor people, so their children can still go to school and get education. To impoverish corruptors doesn't mean we leave them without any money. They still have money to live their life in the next 3 or 5 months. It's more than enough for them to fulfill their needs until they find another job. They still can productive. impoverish corruptors is not the same with the death sentence because we don't end their life, but it's more likely give them warm chance to live their life in proper way. We give them opportunity to feel what poor people feel, so they can learn from their suffer and change their thought. So even though one day they find other job, they don't do the same thing again. They will be afraid to the corruption. And the last thing that I will convey to you guys is we believe that one corruptors will incite other politician. This corruptor will lure other politician to corruption by offering a mental advantages of corruption. The other politician will be tempted and influenced. Then the other politician will do corruption too. Then when the corruptors succeed to the corruption and the government just to imprison them, it will not give impact for them. Other politicians will witness this and they think that it's okay to the corruption because they just have to imprison for 5 till 10 years, but once the sentence ends, the corruptors still live their life freely. We believe that corruptors smuggle their money, so it can't be detected by government. So once the corruptor out from the jail, the corruptor still can get money that he steal from the government. This will make a big temptation for the other politician to corrupt, and even it will influence other people to the corruption. It can happen because of the light punishment. Corruption is a serious crime. So to overcome this crime, the government needs to go with serious punishment too. In this case, the serious punishment that we mean is of impoverished corruptors. This will be effective to overcome corruption problem. So that's all for me as the closing government.
I'm Grisela as the government whip. Okay, I'll start my speech on 3, 2, 1. First of all, I would like to say that all of my rebuttal will be in my argument. To the honorable adjudicator, we agree that the government to impoverish corruptors are those who have stolen a huge amount of money in order to enrich themselves. Guys, the thing we need to note is justice. When we do something wrong, of course, we should pay for that. We have our right of what we have, of what we own. For example, our country have a regulation to pay tax. Then, yeah, we as a citizen, we should pay tax to our country. But we believe that paying taxes should bring many benefits to society. But what if the corruptors take money from the community's hard-earned collection just to enrich themselves? What I've noticed before is the opening opposition talking about CGS or criminal justice system. For us, CGS is to give justice to people and the nation at the same time to instill fear in the heart of who will most likely do corruption in the future. Because of course, we should make a system to make people fearful of corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to punish the corruptors until they die or cause a great misery. But what we mean is just so they feel how hard it is to earn money, to make money. Moreover, we know not everyone is a rich person. Not everyone born from a rich family. If the person being corrupt is the head of a family who has children to finance and send to school, while for himself it is not enough, that is what the corruptors have to feel. Proportional taking money is unjust. We say that they can't argue which is just or unjust because the corruptors is already unjustly taking money from the society. We say that a family that's raised from money from the suffering of others is wrong. We can't say that is wrong because That is why we need to punish the main actor here. That is to say that the corruptors as the main actor should pay back or become punished until a little below average. But on our side, we still give the family a welfare system by the end of the day, so they can still have a chance as long as they want to work. And yeah, what I've heard is the second speaker said that money, the impoverishing corruptor will not be effective because of money laundering and the others. We can say that we can just calculate the loss from our side rather than calculating their side of gain. We have the solution to solve these things, and it's better than doesn't get anything. They said that corruptors who are impoverished will be jobless by the end of the day. We say that, of course, that's not the case. That's funny because that's not the case here. Why I say like that is because, of course, most corruptors are smart, so they can corrupt our money. And they usually has their way and connection through the society. But even if the corruptors are jobless and doing petty crime, we say that we really give chance for them to repent, but if they doesn't comply, we will do justice toward this coward human. And then what I heard before is they said that rehabilitation will abolish the root of corruption without giving any explanation or a reasonable reason. We said in status quo, it will not be like Cosmos corruptor will be happy or to just enter the rehabilitation camp or even jail and get out rich forever. This is what the cost of every corruptor they get to spend some horrible year, but to spend the rest of the year as rich as happy men. This is what we really say that this house will impoverish the corruptors, because of course it is unjust to make them to a rehabilitation camp or a jail, but didn't take their money, didn't make them suffering. They will out from the rehabilitation camp or jail become rich forever, become rich back, become as rich as a happy man. So that's why financial group can count the corruption that has been happening from the past to today. We say that they can, by just counting the laws and the system that already exists, even if it's not accurate. We say that inaccuracy will not exceed the amount of the impoverished money we will take. As I've explained before, and as what solution that I give, this is why we believe that this house will impoverish corruptors. All right, thank you.